I got some pro wrestling to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, NXT Halloween Havoc 2024 is in the books, and I would say it was a pretty solid show from start to end. The main point I want to talk about in this video is Julia, Stephanie Valkyr, and the whole tag team situation and the women's division. Because, oh my god, the NXT women's division is absolutely on fire. This tag match was mind-blowing. Honestly, it was really good from start to end. I enjoyed it, had a good time. The best thing on the show, not even close. Julia and Stephanie Valkyr work so well together, I wouldn't mind seeing them dethrone Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill for the tag titles. I said it. Now, that's a hot take because I know that's probably not going to happen and people want them to dethrone Roxanne Perez and feud for the title themselves. But I honestly like them as a tag team, and I want at some point, hopefully before this team breaks up, hopefully they fight Damage Control. That is my number one hope, that Io Sky and Kairi Sane can make the trip and fight them on an NXT show. Absolutely amazing. We need that. Hey, HBK, I know HBK got us. Triple H might not have us, but HBK, my glorious king, I know you got me. But yeah, this match was really good. Even Cora Jade had some really solid points in that match. She wasn't terrible. I can see some improvement. She's not crazy, easily the weakest person in this match, but all in all, I think she did a pretty good job, especially coming back after that injury. Roxanne Perez, generational talent, absolutely amazing. There is no reason why Roxanne Perez is not on the main roster right now. Honestly, there is no reason that Roxanne Perez is not a champion on the main roster right now. You got Liv Morgan and Nia Jax, who are comfortably worse than Roxanne Perez, in my opinion. They're comfortably worse than Roxanne Perez, and they're holding titles on the main roster. Julia and Stephanie Valkyr are on NXT. NXT. And your champions are Liv Morgan and Nia Jax. No hate to them. They're cool. But bro, come on now. Let's be so for real. These women deserve more spotlight than just NXT because a lot of people just write it off. It's the same situation we're facing in AEW with Athena. She's on ROH and a lot of people write her off because she's on ROH when in reality she's one of the best in the world. So I feel like they need to get the ball rolling a little bit more. Maybe have these stars show up on SmackDown and Raw and NXT like they're doing with Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. That would be great, absolutely amazing. But yeah, these women, belt them up at some point, please. Just belt them up with any title, I don't care. We also had Zarya make her debut on Tuesday, but she made her in-ring, not debut, but she got in a little scuffle in this show. Formerly known as Delta, if you guys didn't know. From the matches I saw of her, she seemed pretty solid, and she does one heck of a spear and an F5. They actually let her keep her F5 finisher, which is amazing. But this women's division is on fire, bro. I feel like they just have so much new, fresh talent that it makes every other women's division in the world, outside of maybe like Stardom, feel less than. I know that's not only me. A lot of people feel that way. Like, it's very, very, and Marigold, I forgot about Marigold. But all these fresh talent, the international talent, the new people, the up-and-comers in general just make NXT feel so fresh, and it's mainly on the women's side of things. The women's division is highly underrated, even though it's getting praised right now a lot. A lot of people just forget everything that happened on a PLE just a couple days later, and it's very upsetting because this women's tag match, one of the best ones we've seen. I can't say it was the best because I don't really remember a lot of them. I think that's a negative sign for the matches in the past though, but this match was amazing. I had fun watching it. Like I said, Roxanne Perez should be on the main roster at some point in the next 6 months. Hopefully Royal Rumble has her call up. It's time. But the men's division is not really... The men's division can't hold up, bro. And it's very obvious, especially coming out of this show, that the men's division is just dead. It's completely weak. I really don't know what they can do in order to fix this. They tried the whole TNA thing, and honestly, it really didn't help in the long run. Joe Hendry's over on TNA getting destroyed by Dolph Ziggler, or Nick Nemeth. I mix it up all the time, I'm sorry. They don't want to put the belt on him over there, probably because they think he's going to go to WWE. I can't blame them, but that's your biggest star right now, and apparently he's locked down for another year. Why aren't you belting him up? Shawn Michaels didn't belt him up. That was your perfect opportunity to swoop in and put the belt on him, but they have not done it. So I feel like that whole project with TNA is a bust, because honestly, the only other good thing that came out of it was the Wesley and Zachary Wentz feud. And even that, I feel like could have had a little bit more juice to it. It wasn't bad. It was pretty good. The matches were solid, but I feel like they could have had a little bit more juice. We haven't gotten ABC on NXT yet or anything, bro. Like, what are we doing? We need some more of these crossovers if they're going to keep the ball rolling. We have Rosemary on NXT. Like, come on. All the women on that roster and Rosemary and Wendy Chu are the showcase talent. No offense to them. No offense to them. Like I said, I respect all these wrestlers and I'm appreciative for what they do for us in our entertainment. But Lord Jesus, bro. Lord Jesus. Anyway, I don't know what they can do with the men's division. They could probably bring in Jonathan Gresham in like a year. I heard his contract's coming up pretty soon. We all know Jordynne Grace is on her way. I don't know if she's going to the main roster or NXT. I feel like she's going to make a short stint in NXT because I don't see Shawn Michaels passing up the opportunity to have Jordynne Grace versus Zarya. Like, I'm pretty sure that's on his to-do list. He's going to do that match within whenever he gets Jordynne Grace. Honestly, I feel like that's going to be one of her first feuds is Zarya. And it looks like Zarya is going for the NXT North American title. Kalani Jordan lost her title in a gauntlet match. It was Fatal Influence versus Kalani Jordan. I really didn't think she was going to lose. I thought she was going to pull off the impossible and retain her title, but she did not. And Fallon Henley is your new North American Women's Champion. Zarya came out after that match and attacked Fatal Influence, so it's only a matter of time until Zarya gets that title. Let's be honest. It's only a matter of time. Fatal Influence and their whole posse is not holding that title for more than 2 months. That's what I give it, or until the next PLE, whenever that is. But yeah, solid little segment there. And like I said, the tag match was great. The Julia and Stephanie Vicker tag team moves, bro, they were cooking. They were in their goddamn bag. It is crazy how well they work together and against each other. If you guys have seen those matches, they were doing freaking moonsaults. Not moonsaults. They were doing like top rope suplexes into a corkscrew elbow drop looking thing on Roxanne to pick up the win. That was freaking crazy. I was on my feet. Amazing moment. Crowd went off. The crowd seemed kind of dead going into this match, but they woke them up. They woke the crowd up, which is how you know they've done their job, and they did it really freaking well. Best thing on the show by far. I can see them probably doing a triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Not too sure how I feel about that, but I feel like that's the path they're going to take. I would love to see these two be a tag team for a little bit longer. Maybe get their hands on Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Whether they win or lose doesn't really matter to me. Hopefully Damage Control, again, if they win or lose, doesn't really matter to me. I just want the match. Yeah, this is a really good position HBK has put himself in. He has multiple very over superstars on the women's division. You even have Jada Parker and Lola Vice, who were not on the show. They are red hot right now. Absolutely red hot. A lot of people are saying NXT should be a women's only brand. I don't see that happening. It kind of defeats the purpose if you're only featuring women. But I wouldn't mind it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, but I feel like WWE really is in a good position for the next few years because they have so much fresh, great women they can feature on television. It's amazing. It's a great spot they have themselves in, but hopefully whenever these women get called up, they are treated as well as they were in NXT, because that's a problem Triple H has been having with some of these NXT superstars. He's not been able to give them the proper push or the proper guidance on the main roster. Look at Lyra Valkyria, bro. Lyra is not in a good spot at all. She hasn't even been on TV in a couple weeks. So I don't know what happened with her. Is she injured? I'm not too sure. Hopefully he gets his head on straight before a lot of these women get called up. But yeah, this is pretty much just a prayer and hoping that the men's division can somehow recover, because they lost Carmelo, Braun Breaker, Ilya Dragunov, and a couple more hitters, all within the same like 8 months. So they they are hurting right now. They're really hurting. So hopefully they can find themselves back on track and build up some more superstars. They have the talent. They have Javon Evans. They have Fraxium. They have people like that. They need to feature more. And honestly, Javon Evans is a really good option. And Obafemi as well. Obafemi is there as well. And Tony D'Angelo. Obafemi and Javon Evans are really good options to take the belt off of Trick Williams. Ethan Page isn't bad. He's pretty solid. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's pretty solid. But yeah, all they have to do is just get their head out their tail, probably bring in a few more fresh people from other companies. If they want to continue the TNA collab, hopefully they bring in Josh Alexander next time and not Joe Schmo. Sorry, Joe Hendry. You're fine, bro. You're good. A lot of people hate on Joe Hendry. He's fine. But hopefully they bring in somebody like him, or they sign like some free agent talent like a Jonathan Gresham, who I mentioned before. But yeah, hopefully they can get their head on straight with that. But other than that, the women's division, he's cooking. Shawn Michaels is in the freaking kitchen, and he knows it. He knows it. But yeah, that's all for this video. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Go subscribe to my gaming channel. We're doing all things Dragon Ball Sparking Zero over there. Hopefully you guys enjoy that content as well. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.